Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer, no we never walk alone. We dominate, the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one, and one for all. Pass a move, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, 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 it's the Liverpool crew.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. Thought we'd take a week off with it being internationals, and obviously the result wasn't great, was it? Let's be honest, but we'll get into that. How have you been, lad?
Not too bad. I've had a lot of time to digest the United result and get over it.
Yeah, it was needed.
Look at the bigger picture and realise what happened on the day, and yeah, just I'm over it. I think if we'd have done a podcast like many did others on the day, it'd just been all hell broke loose. We'd have wanted everyone fucking dead. So at least we've had time to think about what we're going to say and how we feel about it.
Yeah,
Which I'm glad about, to be honest, because
I agree.
It would have been raging. I think you would have killed yourself and everyone in the same room as you.
Yeah. I hate losing to them more than anyone.
Clop out.
Clop out.
Calm down.
Clop out early. Get them out
Calm
now. No, I just hate losing to them more than anyone, and like, because it doesn't happen that often anymore, you forget how much you hate losing to them.
I know.
But no, it was just, if it looked like it was going to be another one of them games, didn't it? They started really well. I mean, they had to, it's their season on the line essentially. But they started well, and then we come into it after they scored, and you thought that was just going to be it. Then you thought, right, we'll come out second half 2-1 up, and we'll run away with it. And we just didn't. We battered them in fairness second half, but we just couldn't score.
It actually felt like a proper Liverpool United tie again, which was good. You knew we had to be wary of them on the counter attack. They defended for the life. They worked hard. There was a few like little tackles and people diving and stuff. It was a proper United tie, which we haven't had, like, it feels like, for ages.
No.
I've missed it, to be honest. But I've missed being a bit worried. I think when it went to 3-3, I was like, fuck, here we go. Because it just had that feel about it. But yeah, people were going on in the first half saying it's the worst we played and we were piss poor, and I don't think we were. It was just one of them games. You're away to United. They're not in a great moment. You've got to just let the game unfold as it should.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll grow into the game and get better and be the better team. But they cracked on. Sometimes you've got to give credit where it's due as well. They cracked on. They didn't give in when it looked like they should have done. Individual errors, individual moments of panic where we're not passing the ball as we should, whatever, where you've got 5-on-2 and the ball doesn't get released quick enough, stuff like that. But it happens. It's a game of footy. They're not robots. They're never going to be perfect. But it was sickening. It was sickening. I think when Harvey scored that goal, the celebrations, it was brilliant. And then we just completely switched off.
Yeah, we're not used to it, especially this season. We've had these games where we've come back and we've gone on to win more times than not. And I don't know what it was. At 3-2 in extra time, you think, right, this is it, done now. And then they didn't give up. I just think there was a lot of individual, I wouldn't even call them mistakes, but just individual sort of lapses of concentration throughout the game, and they just capitalised on them. And there's, like you say, the ball not getting released with a 5-on-2. The pass from, I think it was Gakpo to Harvey Elliott, wasn't great. Harvey Elliott's decision to try and then pass it again wasn't great.
No.
It was one thing after another. It wasn't like normally this season when we've been poured in the final third, it's been the final ball rather than the whole sequence. And on Sunday, obviously Sunday gone, but on the game, it felt like it was a sequence every time. It was like this pass is wrong and then that pass is wrong and then the shot's wrong or the choice to not shoot is wrong. It was just like every time, and we didn't really look like we were going to score except for the chances we did actually score.
Yeah, that's it. We were clinical with the chances we did score, but we didn't look great. We didn't do nothing overly bad where you could say, we were fucking horrendous there, but to say, individually, it weren't like a system error. It was individuals just didn't turn up on the day. You know, some did, some didn't. But yeah, it's United away, and it's always going to be. As much as we take the piss out of them, that there's always that feel that's going to be a big game. Obviously, in games gone by, it's been over pretty quick. And we've gone fucking out. It's not United as we remember them, but it had that feel that they had a bit of confidence about them. They grew into the game. We didn't take our chances, and then they believed. And it's the worst thing in the world, conceding to them fuckers, though. It is. But that goal Rashford scored, that was just the epitome of our game.
Yeah.
Just no one pass into the middle, a touch and bang. It was just embarrassing. Should never even get to that point where he's allowed to shoot. It was just laxy-daisy. Concentration levels were low. So I think we were looking good. We were looking like we were going to capitalise and put another goal in the net. And then he makes all them changes. And it's the first time in my life I've actually put my head down and gone, what the fuck's this man doing today?
Yeah.
Because we know when you make that many changes in one go, it completely disrupts your game. Everything you've just built to going, you know, you're strangling them, they're about to fucking drop. And then we released it.
Yeah.
We let them get back into the game, and it was stupid.
And it's not the only time it's happened this season, but it just hasn't happened to the extent that it did in that game. I think there's been other games where we brought, I can't remember what game it was, and we brought like Robertson, Van Dijk, like 4 of our big hitters on it all at the same time when we were cruising, and the whole just dynamic of the game has shifted.
It just died.
And it hasn't cost us in what, I can't even remember what game it was that it happened, but it hasn't cost us at that time. But you can't do that and expect the game to stay the same. It doesn't work like that. And I think taking Salah off, not the only man, but the man who's the most likely to get you a goal, even if he's having a bad day, he's still likely to pop up back post or something and get a goal. And
he weren't even having a bad day either. He was involved in the game. Just, you know, the midfield weren't really working, the defence weren't doing the thing. We weren't attacking as we should, but it always gets blamed on 1 or 2 players, where it was just like everyone was a little bit off. And when the midfield's not performing, your attackers don't get anywhere. They don't get the ball. They can't do nothing with it. So
I think you've seen the difference as well, that 4th goal, the difference in having Van Dijk in a one-on-one in that position, and, well, not Van Dijk, because obviously it was, I think it was Conor Bradley, wasn't it, left back, and, you know, I don't think that goal gets scored if it's Van Dijk left at the back there, to be honest with you. I think he marshals it. He just understands how to marshal it better. Yeah. Not against Conor Bradley, because he's obviously
just
young.
Build as well, lad.
Yeah.
You look at Conor Bradley's build and you think, I can get around him.
Yeah.
With Van Dijk, they don't even attempt it. Again, there's a lot of the time where, as you say, we marshal it, we don't put the foot in, commit and miss at the very least, try and have a go. But that's the problem, is we do stand off too much, I think. When it gets to there should be like a zonal tactic, where when they get into this part of the fucking box, or back near the box, put your foot in, do what you have to do. You're the last man, he's going to go around it anyway, we can have a go. But yeah, it was just, I can't get my head around why we had 1 player back off a corner in the last second of extra time.
Yeah, that was for me. Like, obviously the changes weren't good. They didn't help, and I think they were at the wrong time. But the decision to throw everyone up in the last minute of extra time to try and win the game instead of just going, look, let's just settle for pens.
And I think a lot of that's down to the players he took off.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any faith in winning the pens. To be honest, I didn't. And as weird as this is going to sound, I felt like I'd rather have lost the way we did than to lose on pens to them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I never thought that at the moment, on that moment.
Yeah.
I wanted to fucking smash my telly up. But it was just sickening. And again, it was one of them goals where in your heart begging for some sort of mad offside or something.
Yeah.
But you know it's not. So you just, your head's gone. You're down. It is what it is. Fucking, I'm getting fed up now talking about it again, lad. Because I was sat on that couch, distraught. I was just sat there not speaking, because it was just, it's unthought of, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Liverpool, to get that far, to do that well away from home, and then
I think
completely blow up like that.
I think as well, lad, you look at 2 seasons ago when we went and won the Carabao and then went on to win the FA Cup, and you're getting thoughts of that in your head again. But then, not only that, this season we've gone the Emirates in the FA Cup and won to get through to the next round. It's like, it feels like I would have rather have went out to Arsenal in the early round. I would have felt that would have been more justified in a way, because on that day Arsenal battered us and we just took our chances at the end.
The annoying thing for me is the likes of the swapping and changing and that, taking Salah off when the next step's an international break. Like, go all out. If the players get a fucking knocking, don't go away with the countries, then so be it, do it. Put them all out, go for the game. It was a bit weird. I don't think Klopp didn't seem that arsed. It was like, oh, well, we've got 3 days spare now, sort of thing. And, you know, I don't know whether that's the mentality around the club. Obviously, if we go on to win the league or the Europa League, yeah, you tick it off as Klopp was right to do what he's done. But, you know, going for all four was a pipe dream.
Yeah, it was.
It was always going to... Obviously, we believe because we know we're capable, but, you know, going for four it's fucking very hard.
It is, and, you know, you look at it, we were, 2 games away from it 2 seasons ago. So, we know it was in our realm of capabilities, but, yeah, look, I mean, don't get me wrong, if there was a game, if you would have given me any game for the rest of the season and said, right, you're going to lose one and you're going to win the rest, then you're choosing that one, in all honesty.
That's it. That's the bigger picture. You've got to look at it and go, you know, we had a bit of an off day. Some players didn't turn up. The manager just fucking threw everyone on. I think Pep Linder's nearly got to go up front. It was fucking just get on, do a little bit and see how we go. And yeah, we've done it now.
Yeah.
It's just a shame we haven't had the rest over the 2 weeks, because I think nearly every fucking one of our players has played in some capacity. Yeah. Which is annoying.
It is.
We go again.
Do you think the players would have wanted to, like, not have this internet? Do you think that's come at the wrong time after that defeat? Do you think they would have rather, like, I want to play on Wednesday or Thursday, I want to put this right?
No, I sort of feel like they were already in holiday mode. And I feel like they were already looking forward to going away with the countries. I think they see it as a break.
Yeah.
They're going away, it's a bit different from the norm, and then you'll come back stronger, come back with a point to prove.
Or in Andy Robbo's case, come back injured.
To be fair, I don't think it's a massive deal, to be honest.
Not anymore. It's mad, isn't it?
I don't think it's just mad how... It's sad because he's one of my favourite players under Klopp, but he just hasn't picked up from where he left off.
I just think he's had a few injuries in a few seasons now, hasn't he? And I think they're just catching up with him.
Yeah. You know, he's getting a bit older, but the work rate that lad puts in...
And that's part... Like, yeah, I was just going to say exactly that. That's part of it because of the intensity. You know, he runs around like a lunatic. Like... for 95 minutes, it doesn't stop. So, yeah, it's understandable, but it's a shame at the same time.
Isn't it horrible seeing players you love getting older though? Yeah. I fucking hate it. But it seems like it's within 2 months. Like, you could have like Jordan Henderson in the quadruple, a 10th season, was fit as a fiddle, running around everywhere, and then the season after didn't look like he could walk.
Fabinho, another one.
The same. Yeah. And it's just like I don't know whether it's mental or it's a bit of both with physical, but you know, all of a sudden they just lose that yard of pace and they're just not the same player mentally and physically. And
I think it's probably more mental, you know, because I think, you know, you look at these players, they're going for the quadruple, they nearly get it and they're so close to it, and the legs might be going a bit then, but they're like, right, I'm powering through this, we're getting over the line, and then you don't quite do it. It's like that must destroy them internally. Like, you know, how much of a consummate pro the likes of Henderson and Fabinho were when you were at the club, and that it's like that must have broke them to the point where it's like
us, lad, we only supported them.
I know.
We were fucking distraught. Imagine being part of it. That's what I mean. Like, they don't get credit for what they done, and they don't get credit for how they picked themselves up either. Like, they had a bad season after it, but it was bound to happen.
Yeah, absolutely
bound to happen. I think that is make or break. You win them 4 trophies and you come out flying. Probably still got the same midfield today.
Yeah.
If we win that quad, but that's just the way it works. Players,
yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Stint where they fall apart. Don't get me wrong, I'm not counting Robbo out, but maybe a year or 2 ago we'd have went, oh, we can't be without Robbo. Now it's like Joe Gomez, if he has to play
Joe Gomez, even Tsimikas. You know, I think he was getting wrote off a bit early on in the season when he had to replace Robertson, and I think it just took him a little bit of time to get really up to match fitness, in all honesty. And then since then, I think he's been brilliant whenever he's played until he got injured himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you've got, like you say, you've got Joe Gomez there, you've got Tsimikas. The options are there, and yeah, it's not as big as a blow as it would have been a couple of years ago, which is nice and horrible at the same time.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I think he'll get back to his best again. It's just, it takes time when you're a little bit older and you're picking up knocks that you haven't picked up before. So I think people were saying he looked devastated the other day. He looked pissed off.
Yeah.
He looked as if he was saying to himself, I fucking knew he shouldn't have come here. Which, you know, I wish they had the right to be able to do that.
Everyone else has done it, haven't they?
Ferguson used to do it years ago.
I mean, look, you know, Kyle Walker got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
John Stones got injured. They're 50-50 for the game, obviously. Haaland didn't play for the whole way. It's like, everyone else does it, and we're too, like, I don't know, it's a dignity thing, a pride thing that we won't do it, or our players won't do it. It's like, but
it's stupid.
Anyone who gets called up to England should do it. But that lovely St George's cross on the collar.
It's lovely. I like the colour.
I absolutely adore it, to be honest with you.
I was going to get my face painted for today, but
yeah, no.
I was against it.
We'll do a special St George's Day episode, I think. Hi, Peter Shilton. Love you. That was a fun day. Pissing off people left, right and centre just by getting blocked by him. Don't know why they bothered.
It went mental, didn't it?
It's funny that, like. But anyway, on to more important matters. Back to, I know you said obviously you're pissed off talking about it, and I am as well. But one thing I did want to bring up is the one who seemed to be getting all the shit for the game was Cody Gakpo.
Yeah.
And I just think it was completely unfair. You know, yeah, he didn't have a great game, but like you said, 4 or 5 or 6 of them didn't have a great game. It's completely unfair to single them out, and I think it's because we're so used to the sort of dynamic attacking players who are fucking gung-ho all the time and 100 miles an hour every single minute of the game, and he's just not that type. He's not like that. But at the same time, as we've said for a long time, every single time he plays, he's out of position.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's struggling. He's coming in. He's coming to a new country, new team, new system. Obviously, training's intense. It's fucking hard. He's not a run around player. He's a get the ball and go. He's not given the option. He's playing out of position everywhere he plays. You know, he said point blank he prefers to play left wing. I don't think he's played the game there. He's coming on in the middle. He's trying to do the Firmino role. That game against United, we had next to no midfield, battling or winning the ball. He's coming into the middle to try and win the ball, and then you've got no one going forward with him. So it's difficult. So, as you know, with our fucking Twitter fans, lad, there's always a scapegoat.
Yeah.
You know, it moves around every couple of weeks. Now Endo's improved and proving people wrong. There's a new kid on the block to get on the back of, but you know, it's not on. I hate it. I literally hate it. If someone's had a bad game, you go to the pub and you go, oh, he was fucking shite there. You don't start messaging him and that. Because that's what I hate, is they do shit. And that's, like, if I was a footy player and I was getting all this shit off no marks, off the internet, I wouldn't think, oh, I'll have to prove them wrong. I'll think, fuck you, yeah, sound. I'll just trot around. Fuck.
Yeah, I would.
Let's see how you like it. That's where I'd be. That's why I'm not a professional player, lad. I'm just sat here a baby. But no, I think it's just wrong. I think he's done no harm since he's come in. He's won us games, he's won us points, he's come on, he's improved the team when we've needed a boost. He's
been very crucial in the Europa League run. You know, he scored in, I think, most games in that. He's still at double figures this season. Like, yeah, he's not playing as well as he'd probably like to be playing, but like you say, he's out of position. And then you see him and I don't know what it is, like you see him for the Netherlands, and he's fucking firing one in from 25 yards, top bin, and you think, right, this is the Gakpo we need. But then the same with Diaz.
As well. It's the space they get. That's the difference in the Prem. You don't get a minute. You don't with a second. Like, we've seen it with Curtis Jones as well, where they want to play the ball out and then get a shot off it. It's blocked before you've even released it from your foot. So with Gakpo, give him a stint on left wing for a little bit. You know, while Jota's out, while Diaz isn't really doing all that much, give him a little go, rotate them two. Give him a go left wing, and if he's brilliant, then happy days. If he's not, then, you know, rotate him round. But he's versatile. He can play centre mid, he can play centre attacking mid, he can play as the 9, he can play left wing, he can probably play right wing if you need him to. But it's no good when, like, Diaz is constantly left wing, Nunes is constantly up front, Salah's constantly right. This lad just wherever we can get him in on the day. And
you can't. He's not the type of player where you can just be like, right, I want you in the team, but I'm gonna have to just put you somewhere so you're there. You know, he's not the type. He's not that player who can just, you know, he's not someone who you can just put anywhere, and he's going to be as good as he is in his position. And he deserves that fair chance. It's not fair to judge him on his Liverpool career, even though I think he's been very good since he's been here, in all honesty, for the most part.
He's scored big goals, he's won his games, as I say, and he comes on, he has a goal, and that's all you can ask for. When he's coming on for 20 minutes out of position in a team that's struggling, and everyone's thinking he's going to fucking change the game, it's not happening.
Yeah, no, as I say, I mean, the one that sticks out in the United game is the pass where we were 5-on-2, and yeah, it was a bad pass, but that's all it is. It's just a bad pass.
I actually think he's debating going on his own. And I think that's the problem. I think in his head he's going alone, and then
He probably should have done.
he realises that there's a fucking long way to go.
Yeah.
And the pass is just a shit pass. It happens.
It was
Stuck in two minds. Do it. Take that extra step and get myself into the box, or do a pass it. And you try to do both at the same time. I think.
Yeah.
Just hit the ball, and it's mounted to fucking absolutely nothing. But
yeah,
that's not why we lost the game.
No, it's not. And you know, obviously because he's been great for us this season, no one said anything about Harvey Elliott, who lost the ball for the goal. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Trying to. I don't know what he was trying to do with it there. But you give him the benefit of the doubt because of how good he's been this season, and so I think the same should be. You can't just go, one bad game, like turn on the player. That's not how it works. Imagine if we would have done that, like when we were actually shit. Imagine if we would have started doing that under Hodgson. Like, we'd have had no one left.
Wish we never.
I know, yeah, to be fair.
He was manager. No, but that's the thing. You've got to also realise that it's a fucking game of football. Anything can happen. Just because it's Harvey Elliott and we can see how good he is, or it's Mo Salah, or it's Nunes, or it's Gakpo, they've still got a mistake in them. They're fucking people. They're literally the function to fail. They just do that well not to.
Yeah.
That we expect
These
all
are
the time.
the elite athletes, like, and 99.9% of the world will fuck up in every situation that they don't. Like, that's because they're elite athletes.
Exactly.
It's the reason why, like you said, it's the reason why we're not playing in the Premier League right now. It's the reason why everybody's not a fucking, 100-metre sprinter. It's just...
I am. Harvey Elliott's literally, that ball's dropped there, and instead of just whacking it in the air and getting rid of it, he's tried to be clever. He's tried to keep possession rather than just getting rid.
Yeah.
And it's just been took off him. He's took too long. And it happens. And unfortunately, to be honest, if you're Harvey Elliott there, you're looking back thinking, oh, we've got 4 or 5 back here. It's the last minute of extra time. No one. So it's everyone's fault that goal goes in. The first bad one was Rashford's. It's embarrassing that he got to score that. And then the goal that killed it, fucking did kill it because it was our own fault. And I think in the end, if you look at the way we performed and the way we fought and the changes we made, and we were just a bit off it on the day. We didn't deserve to win.
Just a bad day at the office. Just one of them. You've got to move on. But no, I agree with what you said at the start. I think if we would have done this right after it would have been a completely different episode entirely.
Level headed we've been here.
I know, yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
I had to get you down off the rally.
I know, yeah. It was only yesterday, to be fair.
4 cans and a fishing rod. Get down, Jay.
Yeah, literally. Now, look, let's move on from that then, and let's talk about a nicer occasion, nicer day. Obviously, the Legends game at the weekend, and yeah, it's just a boss occasion. Obviously, you went. I watched it at home, but it's just a boss occasion. And the moment for me, and I put it on Twitter, was Sven walking out on his own in front of everyone, getting every side of the cop just fucking roaring for him. That was absolutely fucking just brilliant to see.
It's just what the club does, lad. It's not even like, when he comes out, it's just natural. Just, here's a man there giving his life to football, and he's a massive Red. Obviously, he didn't know how big a Red he was until all this has happened. I knew he's, knew he had a little bit of a passion for Liverpool. I didn't notice to this extent, like where his dad was watching, like 96 or something, watching every week, and he's a Red, his son's a Red. It's quality. Obviously, what he's going through is absolutely shite, and if you can show some support for someone like that, whether they're a Red or not, to be honest, give them that dream, then it's boss. But to give a Red the dream, who's a manager, who's been successful, who's seen it all, to give him a dream of walking out in front of the cop and never walk alone and not live again. It was emotional, to be fair. It was quality.
Yeah.
And you know what we're like for England, lad? Not interested, but he was the manager when we were.
Yeah.
He was the one that, you know, you couldn't not like Sven-Göran Eriksson when he was the England manager, the songs.
Yeah.
It was a nice feel. Everyone felt together, and then this fucking hate on Scousers erupted, and we just fucking up.
We changed our tune.
It's mad. It's just, I wish nothing more than if we could be patriotic and like England and want England to do well. It's not because of a lot of it is because of the players on the pitch. Can't stand the fucking sight of Phil Foden. Want to shave that eyebrow off.
Just the one.
And his kid who belongs to fucking Vincent Company. Not after what anyone says. I hate the players. It's like when Gerrard and Lampard were there, you hated the players they were playing with. But, you know, it was when there's that unison during the Euros or the World Cup when everyone was together, it was brilliant. And then it just went off, didn't it?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, every single fucking stadium in the country started singing about Hillsborough and Heysel and that.
It's only really since social media's got bigger as well, though. There's less education about it, and there's not that there ever was much education about it, but it's so much easier now to just see somebody else going saying shit about Hillsborough or shit about Scousers, and people to just go, must be the norm, I'll jump on board.
That's exactly what it is. It's faceless accounts, but there is a few people who are doing it and they think it's just normal. Like, don't get me wrong, when we were kids, it was similar for us with Munich. You know, I'm not going to paint myself on whiter than white and say I've never said anything stupid at a footy match, because I have when I was a kid. But you grow out of it.
Yeah, you don't understand
you
it at that age.
You don't be a fucking 50-year-old fella doing signals when you've just scored in the last minute of extra time, and your go-to thing to do instead of celebrating is do
Hillsborough gesture.
You know what I mean? It's that's mentally ill, that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas, you know, I got to an age where I thought, fucking hell, it's not just a song. These are people who've actually died.
You think,
who've got families, and then you see them in its silences and all that, and you think, fuck, this is.
You just think to yourself, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
like, you grow out of it.
You grow out of it, and obviously, you should never grow into it, but it is that little cult where everyone else is doing it, and you just go, oof, this is the norm. But you grow out of it. I don't think I haven't heard a Munich chant at any game or in any pub for fucking years and years. I really haven't.
No.
So, yeah, the fact that people are just hitting us with that. I don't get the sign-on stuff, and that doesn't ask me one bit. That's been going since like the 70s and 80s. I couldn't give a fuck about all that.
Yeah.
That's just a stereotype. It's similar to you stole my fucking radio, you stole my stereo, whatever. They're stereotypes that no one's asked.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really offended by that, then I think you've got a bit of an issue yourself. The singing about like food poverty and that, even that's sung at Christmas because it's a Christmas song and the words fit.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone comes down to Liverpool and goes, oof, how many food banks have they got? Let's sing Feed the Scousers. I don't think it's like that whatsoever. I think it's just a song that's been sung in every stadium. But obviously, if people are offended and it brings up a big uproar, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Try and stop it. But yeah, the Hillsborough and the Heysel stuff and the always the victims, you know, fucking hell. The only city in this country who picks itself up when it's being battered down is Liverpool. And people take note.
Time and time
again. They try and do the same. And then when they try and do it, look at Grenfell, straight, first thing happened, Hillsborough law now. Let's not let anything happen where a social injustice can be carried on and hidden again. So let's get behind anyone who's had similar, and that's what annoys me. Is that if anyone had a disaster or if anyone was out of pocket, it'd be the Scousers who tried to help you first.
Yeah.
So when they're singing all these songs about us, it winds me up, lad, and that's exactly, long story short, why we don't want to see the team they support do well.
Yeah.
Whether it be England or fucking Aston Villa, Birmingham, fucking Norwich, couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just want to see them fail and be miserable. Because most of the people who follow England
support small clubs.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You see it all the time, don't you? When they defaced the St George's Cross with Barnsley and Swindon and Everton.
Waiting for that.
Yeah. But no, it's them, and I get why fans of smaller clubs do support England, because it's a chance to see players that they're not going to get many chances to see possibly in their lives, especially some of the like really, really small clubs. You know, the ones who aren't like championship level, who will maybe not get a chance to play in the Premier League for 25, 30 years. I understand it, and I'm not knocking anybody if you want to support England, go and support England. It doesn't ask me, but just don't expect us to fucking be there by your side and want them to do well, because we just won't. Everyone moans that it's that we're Scouse, not English, but then they moan that we don't support England at the same time. It's like, well, do you want us to be English or do you want us to be Scouse? Like, have it one way or the other.
It's mad. It's like it's not even like it's forced. You're not brought up to go, oh, we hate England. We make our own decisions. Like, when I was a kid, I used to get me fucking face painted and that. I remember David Batty missing a penalty. I think it was 98 against Argentina, and my ma punched fuck out the telly. And there's one of them big thick screens. Me ma was, David Batty, I knew you'd be you. And I was like, fucking hell, because we were passionate. We wanted England to do well, and then you grow up and you hear what they're singing and what they're saying about us, and your whole view just changes. Yeah. You're thinking, why do I want to stand amongst these countries?
See, my dad never liked England.
No, my dad. My dad's always supported England and everything.
Yeah,
cricket, rugby,
but I did.
tennis.
Like, I remember being devastated and it's not even that far long ago. I remember being gutted when Lampard's goal didn't get a lad.
I think that was the last time I showed any interest in it.
Yeah, same. After that, it was like, yeah, I want England to lose all the time.
But even, like, we used to decorate the house with England flags, and again, I'm not going to sit here and go, never. We used to watch England and like it, and then you grow up and you go to the match and you see these people who are singing about us, and then you get onto, obviously, a lot of my hatred for England is the inconvenience of the friendlies, and I can't really show
as we've
interest.
Just seen.
It is just an inconvenience. We're playing all these fixtures and then our players have got to fuck off elsewhere in a Nottingham game for no reason whatsoever. 9 times out of 10 they come back injured, it hinders our season and fucks us up. So, that's part of the reason for me. I don't like the players our players are playing with. Can't stand Kyle Walker, he's a cheating cunt. Can't stand Phil Foden. Who else is he?
Harry Maguire.
You know what, I don't mind Harry Maguire because he's just shite.
Yeah,
I've got no issues with him, he's just shit at footy. Harry Kane, can't bear him.
No, same.
I think John Stones, don't mind.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, don't mind. Jordan Pickford, I could quite happily see him set on fire, but God, I fucking can't bear him. I fucking hate his guts, honestly.
Tell us how you really feel.
And honestly, yeah, there's a few there that I don't mind, but the others I just literally genuinely can't fucking bear.
Yeah, Ben Chilwell.
Can't bear him.
Yeah, I was going to say Ben White, but he doesn't he doesn't want to be Cho. I actually, you know what? I actually admired him for it. Like, he's just gone, I mean, he doesn't like football, does he? So I suppose he's never really, I don't know if he's ever really had that dream to play for England if you don't like football, but
they were talking about that the other day, saying like he just wants the 2 weeks rest. He's got a title running in. He wants
fucking fair play to him.
I wish ours would have done the same.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm alright.
He's gone up in my estimations with that, to be honest with you.
He's going to go with the Odeon, me bed and chill. But
fair play.
Yeah, doesn't say a lot of my hatred for England. When I say hatred, a lot of my disliking of England is the fan base. Yeah. And obviously the players that are in the team, and that's just how it is. Yeah. People don't like it. Get over it. Yeah. It's like saying to me, "Oh, do you want to go and watch Chelsea?" No, fucking don't. I can't bear them either. So yeah, it's just a thing that we just don't like it. It's not being Billy Big Balls and going, "Oh, we're bigger than the country." We stand up for ourselves. The Tory government have tried to put it in a man's decline. I think they've tried to do it again recently. Maggie Thatcher's a cunt. We don't like the monarchy because of obvious reasons. We just stand up for what we believe to be right.
We just don't fit in with the rest of the country, really, let's be honest.
Because we have a backbone, lad, and we don't just speak for ourselves, though, we speak for what's right. You've got people singing God Save the King. Fucking his tax money's going up. He's getting all our out the tax. All his fucking ceremonies and that are paid for by us. And there's people on the streets. They were fucking shooing people when the Queen died, moving them, and then giving the people in the queues hot food. They were moving homeless people out the way so they weren't in the pictures, and then giving the queuers fucking food and drink. This country's fucking backwards.
Yeah, it is. Well, look, we always go off on one tangent, don't we? That makes absolutely no sense for the most part. If you're listening to this halfway through, we're not like some mad political podcast or anything like that. We are a football podcast. You are in the right place.
This is England.
But yeah, the Legends game anyway. So it was nice for Sven.
Yeah, Sven, good thing, man.
But now, you know what? It was just boss seeing players from from us growing up, our teenage years and our childhood, you know. People say what they want about him, but it was boss seeing Torres back in a Liverpool shirt. I don't care what anyone says.
I was in the shower nearly crying, singing a song. I don't know if it just heard me before upstairs.
Yeah.
Just been singing him for about 20 minutes straight. I was like that on, like, friendlies never do anything for anyone, do they really? The thought of seeing Torres again, lad, I was in the shower, non-stop on loop. And then I was thinking Gerrard with him. And then the likes of Sammy Hippier and Agger, even Biscan. Like those
Eagle Biscan,
it was like...
Looked like he just woke up.
And he always looked like that,
Yeah,
though.
he did.
But do you know what? It was like I was getting animated. The referee pissed me off. He was shite.
Yeah, he was.
He was fucking shite.
By the way, I just want to say fair play to Ajax. 67-year-old in the fucking running the game.
Did he?
Yeah.
67?
Little baldy fella.
Yeah.
67, lad. Ran the game. He was fucking brilliant first half.
They had some quality players. Seeing a fella on the sideline with goggles on, and I was like, that's fucking Edgar Davids.
Yeah.
That's Edgar Davids. But he wasn't in the programme or nothing. He wasn't.
Oh, wasn't he?
No, he only got announced the day before. And I was like, no, look, no Edgar Davids here. Who the fuck's that? Stevie Wonder. And I was just like, who could it be? I didn't know. I was looking at the names like
You knew them, yeah.
I was like, nah, it can't be him.
It's not Yari Littman, and so that rules that out.
And then he come on, lad.
Yeah.
Edgar Davids. And it was just a pleasure to see him play. I loved him. I think he was on the cover of my FIFA 2002.
2003.
Was it 2003?
Yeah. With fucking, who else was on it? The woman beater. I've got to specify that these days. Ryan Giggs. And I think it was Roberto Carlos as well.
Oh, who was on 2002? Sol Campbell was on one of them. I remember. In the Arsenal.
Was on Rion 2002.
I can't remember. Oh, they were good. I used to get them shipped off Dean's Dars. But what were you saying?
Edgar Davids.
Yeah, so then seeing some of their players, and then, yeah, I was actually proper up for it, and I was sat in the upper Annie, and I was proper up when we scored. I was like, I'd never been to a game in my life.
Yeah.
So I went to mate, you wouldn't think you've ever been in a match. And then Torres scored, lad, and shit got real.
Only just.
Oh, lad,
Torres was absolutely
horrendous.
shocking.
The worst I made some lad's day though in front of me, and I shouted, "You're not at Chelsea now, lad." And he just was like, "Ah."
That's what I was saying all game. I was like, we fucking brought the wrong Torres back. We brought Chelsea Torres back. No, he was shocking, but I don't care. He scored in front of the cop again, and
He's on the slide.
Yeah.
Honestly, nostalgia. You can't beat. As he left us a bit in the shit. He left us for a rival. He made comments that to try and win their fans over. Stupid comments that I think he'd regret. But he went and won the Champions League and that, lad. Oh, and I think, you know, there's something quoted somewhere that he asked Gerrard, and Gerrard said, if you want to win trophies, best thing to do is to go, because we're in a transitional period now.
We've got Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, so, yeah, I understand why he left. I understand why Michael Owen done what he done. If you look at the bigger picture, and I don't see Michael Owen as a legend, but he was my favourite player when I was a kid.
Yeah, same.
Whereas Torres, I've never loved a player.
You idolised him?
Ever since.
Yeah, you haven't.
I haven't. Even like, I love Salah, I love Suarez, I love Mane, but nowhere near like.
Yeah, Torres was different.
Ever done.
We never had.
Come close
It was
to
like.
Torres.
It was the first time in years that we were like, shit, we've signed a like fucking world class player. He's too good for us, almost.
Yeah, it was.
When we signed him, that first season was just ridiculous.
But he only had a few really top class seasons, didn't he?
2, really.
And then that I'm blinded by he's the best player I've ever seen play with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like he's up there. Like,
Well, again, that first season, he was the best striker on the planet.
the way he just goes to past that Chelsea defender, the first game he played.
Yeah, Ben Haim. And then
The
Frank
goals he
Lampard,
scored.
Frank Lampard jumped into Steve Finnan and got a penalty for it. Still not sure to this day. It popped up on my TikTok the other day, actually. Still not sure to this day how that got given as a penalty. But
Had a
anyway,
few like that. But yeah, seeing Torres with Gerrard as well, like, do you know what? Gerrard, I don't know what it is. He doesn't get nowhere near, fucking anywhere near the amount of credit or support he should get. We didn't even sing his name.
yeah, I noticed that actually.
Fucking baffled. But he's the best player to ever play for Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah.
He is. He literally is. He carried this team. Even watching him, you're like, the little strut, the little angry walk that he had, it was quality.
Yeah.
But the balls he was passing, he was playing the ball like 40 yards, 50 yards, into feet. Just,
you don't lose that, do you?
It was great. It was fucking great.
But no, I think it was just even like, you know, the players who haven't had as big of an impact on the history of the club, like, you know, your Maxi Rodriguez, who still look good, very good, to be honest. You know, Ryan Babel, obviously playing half for both teams.
He was a fucking crab for us, and then went over there.
That was unbelievable.
Was like, prime man,
But, you know, another, like, Jari Litmanen, I know he only played about 5 minutes for us, like, but he's one of them players.
He's one of them players I wish
we signed earlier.
Yeah. I think he was quality.
So yeah, it was boss, and you know, from a point of view of us, it was nice seeing our mate Gregory Vignal get on the score sheet. Belter finish as well, by the way.
Quality.
And then, you know, Chris Kirkland coming on as well.
I love like what it meant to him.
Yeah.
Like, he scored.
That's the first goal he's ever scored for Liverpool. Like it was.
He should go on his record.
I agree.
But yeah, lads we've spoke to, Chris Kirkland, Vignal, dogs kicking off, and it's good to see people you sort of speak to every now and again, doing all right, innit? But
yeah, it was nice.
I loved, out of all of them, I loved Sammy Hippier. I loved seeing him not be any different whatsoever.
Yeah.
He just, the same speed, I think. He just done everything as he would.
That's it, when you never had speed to begin with, you can't lose it.
And I said it on the day, and this is gonna fucking get, Van Dijk's nowhere near Sammy Hippier. He's not, honestly, he's not. He's fucking not, lad.
That's getting clipped.
Honestly, he's not. I'm not having it. I've said it before.
Yeah, you have.
When people say about centre halves, Ferdinand, fucking Vidic, John Terry, Carragher, Hippier doesn't get a mention, lad, and it baffles me. He literally changed our fortunes. We used to wait playing Everton because Duncan Ferguson would win a header off corners and that, and then it all just stopped.
Yeah.
And for the price we paid for him, he was a phenomenal signing to come into an half-decent team, and with him we ended up winning fucking nearly everything.
Yeah, he was incredible, wasn't he? But now look, the great occasions, I think over everything, like, you know, the football on the day is secondary to what it means, and like the money that gets raised, I think they said before it, the other ones had raised a total of like 6 million over the last few years and stuff like that. It's like, it's mad, and then, you know, 60,000 turning up for a charity game is boss to see. So yeah, it was just a good day, and like we say, boss moment for Sven getting that.
That's what it was all about for me. As much as the charity's magnificent and what they do, just to give someone the dream like that was quality, to see what it meant to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the work they do with the charity is brilliant, to raise that money. You say there.
Yeah.
To get 60,000 people, and there weren't many empty seats. You might buy a ticket and go, fucking hell,
can't be arsed.
Can't be arsed on the day. I was fucking ready to go, meanwhile. But yeah, it was nearly full.
Yeah, and that's off to everyone as well for, you know, the day after. Chris Kirkland and everyone else associated with the Derby Dreamer Foundation finishing that walk. Gruel, and I think Jay Speedham was involved as well. Jay Speedham was somehow the slowest player in that game, and he was the youngest one.
He was, you know what,
little workhorse, like, don't get me wrong, still.
Players that no matter where he's playing, you just look and you go, that's Jay Speedham.
Yeah.
You can just, everything he does, his mannerisms, his body language,
yeah.
the way he moves.
No, but yeah, it was a great occasion, and as I say, you know, fair play, they get to do it every year, and the fact that they're able to get so many different other clubs involved, like, you know, it's a different club every year. It's even getting to see some of the legends of other teams, like, is just boss. Like you say, you know, getting the chance to see Edgar Davids for at probably the first time in your life in person. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what another part of these that probably doesn't get. It probably gets overlooked a little bit because you're so focused on the Liverpool legends. I think last season was Milan, wasn't it? You know, you get to see Paolo Maldini, and like Seedorf, and like I think Kaka was involved, and like just these names that we beat against the odds in Istanbul. Seeing them again at Anfield, it's like they're just boss occasions, and you know, the next one, can't wait for it.
Yeah, hopefully it keeps happening now. And say, I think I seen someone post, I can't wait till this team is legends, and I was like, Why? Fucking
See them now.
The Rari, I know. Like, enjoy them. Why do you want them to be retired and playing against 57-year-old centre-mid?
Can't wait till Salah's 45 and 25 fucking miles an hour slower.
But yeah, I love that Torres come out and was like, practically, I was shit because I haven't kicked the ball for 5 years. I'm on a train. I'll be back next year, and I'll be like, I'm getting a headband and a blonde wig.
I'm asking our next manager to put a fucking bid in for him, to be honest. No, you know what probably didn't help him as well? The fact that he's a fucking absolute massive bastard now as well. Another one I seen a picture of today, Mesut Ozil. He's the same. He's fucking... he's just turned into a fucking hench. Like,
has he, yeah?
Yeah.
Asked him to fucking send me their diet plan, because I'm fucked.
I know, yeah, I could do with it myself.
Hazard and Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Yeah, I got that back.
Have you seen Neymar?
Nah.
I seen a thing the other day, I don't know that it's being manipulated or whatever, but saying like, it was video of Ibrahimovic doing fucking unbelievable things, like, how old is he? In his 40s.
40, something, yeah.
Fucking legs wrapped around a swinging punch bag, doing sit-ups.
As you do.
Ripped to fuck, doing overhead kicks in the sea and all this, and then it shows you like Neymar with weight on him. But he's been injured, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who was the other one? But obviously Hazard.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell. Schneider.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rooney. Charlie Adam.
Fucking hell.
And you're just like, fucking hell. It's like, yeah. Once you've finished, some players literally play footy. And
yeah.
they're done, aren't they? It's the job, they're good at it. And then they're not interested.
Well, I was talking to my dad about this. I don't know who we've seen. I think it might have been... No, I can't remember who we've seen anyway.
Alan Hansen.
No, it wasn't him. But whoever we seen on the telly anyway, my dad was like, these footy players don't half let themselves go when they retire. And I was like, yeah, but think about it. Like, they've dedicated 25, 30 years of their life to being in, like, peak athletic performers, you know what I mean? They've been on diets for the last 25 years. As soon as that's over, majority of them just going, right, I'm going to get a fucking kebab.
Well, I do a good week. I have a week where I drink water and have a few, like, lower calories, and I'm ready for me fucking chippy on a Friday. You look at boxers, look at Ricky Hatton and Tyson Fury, Paddy the Baddy.
Yeah.
Like, they train that hard for that period of time that they can't wait to fucking just binge out and be normal people.
Yeah.
That's what we fucking do, but like, it's fucking terrible. Like,
I know, yeah.
I hate it.
I'm just too normal, clearly. That's what I'm putting it down to.
You're in your off season.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what it is.
It hasn't been turned back on yet. Yeah, so no, great occasion. So next up is Brighton on Sunday. Chance for us to go back top before City and Arsenal play each other. I don't know what to think about it. I think Brighton haven't been anywhere near as good as they were last season. I just don't know what I want to happen in the City game, to be honest with you.
Personally, I think Brighton have had maybe a lot more time off than us. I think they've had players who've been rested. I think they've got a point to prove because they have been hit and miss. This will be their fucking cup final because they can derail a title challenge, and that De Zerbi comes is going to be trying to get his head in the window.
Yeah.
And he hope he just shut the fucking blinds and crack on. So hopefully we batter them. It just, again, I keep saying it on every podcast, it depends what Liverpool turn up.
Yeah.
If we turn up, we batter anyone, but it just depends. I think I'm ready to see a few changes now. Yeah, I think he needs to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully we've got some more players back. I think Gravenberch was on the bench against United, wasn't he? Didn't come on. So maybe we see him back. Curtis Jones would be another nice one to bring back if he's ready. Not sure how far away he is.
I don't think any of them start. There's talk of Bacchetta's being back in, isn't he?
Yeah.
Again. I wouldn't even play him again this season, I don't think.
No, I don't think it's... Yeah.
But if it is what they've said, the growing issues, Jadon Dan's had it as well. And somebody else.
Who was the other one? Kate Gordon.
I think Dan was out for nearly a year where he couldn't play footy because he was in agony.
And Kate Gordon was another one.
You know,
but you look at pictures of Bacchetic now when he's with the team and that, and he's like Gomez's height when he was.
Like Shaqiri.
Yeah, he was fucking. So now he's looking about 6'2", 6'3". Like he's he's going to come in and be an absolute monster, to be honest with you. But that's just reminding me, because you mentioned Bajcetic. Kev, who we used to work with, sent me a message to ask on the podcast the other day. So he wanted me to ask, do you think Bajcetic is just another Nat Phillips? He come in when we needed a body, done good, but isn't really going to get a proper opportunity at Liverpool?
I don't know, because the different types of players, aren't they? Nat Phillips is a warrior, a workhorse, not
Legend.
technically a brilliant footballer. You know, we need to be able to play out the back.
That turn at the San Siro said otherwise.
No, we need to be able to play. And do you know what? I was watching a thing about Carragher the other day, and everyone was saying you need one of them at least. And we haven't got any at the minute that can whack the ball away. So that's why I wanted him alongside Van Dijk for a time, because he did just do the defensive job, just fucking defend.
He's an old-fashioned defender.
He's a proper centre-half. I think he deserved the chance, but the way we play, you know, a new manager might come in and go, fucking, for instance, if Mourinho came in, I think he'd be the fucking first one back in, getting Nat Phillips in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Bajcetic, he's got too much quality to just be wasted. I think he's the only thing hindering him is injuries.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we've seen him play games where he's looked like Thiago, and he's good at rolling the ball and slipping his shoulder and making defenders go one way without even doing anything.
Yeah.
He's just got a natural ability, so...
I think he's a monster, ready to be released, lad, to be honest with you. I think all the talk with this Manu at the minute for United, who, don't get me wrong, looks a good player. They're hyping him up.
Looks a half-decent player.
They're hyping him up so much, lad. It's like, and I said this the other day, they're going to ruin us.
Where's he from?
I don't know, United, England, somewhere.
So that's why.
I know,
this is what
but
they do. This is why England win fuck all, because they get
it's going to ruin his career.
They get a decent kid in, and that kid will be in fucking the office in 2 weeks going, where's me 250 grand because I'm this big superstar. It's a load of bollocks. Just let them fucking develop.
But you look at, and it's probably going to sound a bit contradicting now because I'm about to fucking hype Bajcetic up to the high hills. But no, I think you look at him and he's got, especially if he has grown to the level that we believe he has in terms of his body size and shape, you know, you could be looking at a 6'3", 6'4", absolute fucking unit of a defensive mid there who can pass a ball as well as Thiago and defend, you know, to the level of a, maybe not a Fabinho, like I was going to say prime Fabinho, probably not to that level yet. I think he possibly could get there, but he's got that defensive capability there already because he was a centre half. So I think, like, if he can put it all together, lad, he's going to be ridiculous.
My issue with him was he was very lightweight and he used to just get lashed off the ball, and I think it was the same with McAllister when he come in. You used to just knock him off. Now you can't get rid of McAllister for fucking whatever you're doing, and those the same. So yeah, I think Bajcetic has got way too much potential, but it's a completely different kettle of fish with Nat Phillips, because I think Nat Phillips was like almost like a fan playing. Yeah. Wore his heart on his sleeve like a Carragher. Was just fucking literally a grafter. So when he put his body on the line, and I think that's the best thing you can see in a football match, is someone who's willing to get hurt for the team. I don't think we've got many who do that at this moment. Well, we have, but I don't think football has in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's in and around that team, and a matter of time before, like, we've got a massive headache, because you've got him, you've got Jones, you've got Elliott, you've got McAllister,
you've got Endo, Szoboszlai. There's fucking tons of them, isn't there, when you actually put them all down on paper. So yeah, interesting headache for whoever comes in. I'm not going to talk I don't think there's much to really talk about it. I think the
only thing I've seen, and
it's starting to shift a bit from Alonso, isn't it?
Yeah.
To this.
Again, this is the problem. It's social media as well. I've said many a time, couldn't give a fuck who the manager is. I'm getting closer and closer to not warming to the idea, but it's happening, innit? Yeah. Like, I know I'm going to die, so I might as well fucking live. Yeah. So whoever comes in, I just hope it's someone with their own identity. Yeah. But we said it. This is going to sound fucking ridiculous. But oh God, there we go. It is. It's going to sound ridiculous. But me. No. I can't. What we go on? What? Just say it. Mourinho. No, absolutely not. And I said, you know what? I said point blank. I don't even want him to even be it. But now he's available, and he looks fresh, and he sounds cocky, and he sounds back to his arrogant little cunty self. I don't know. I don't know. I think if he could come in and do it, he's not going to, by the way, so just all ignore me. I fucking hate the man as well. I fucking hate him, but like I hate him like I hated Ferguson. I admire him for what he's done.
Back then, yeah, not
the way
anymore.
he plays the games. But I think I'm ready to see a manager who's going to do what it takes to win. In the sense of like a Rafa, someone who will go away to a tough tie in Europe and not try and blow them away. You'll sit in, go for a 1-0, stuff like that. I'm just, if we're losing Jurgen Klopp, I'm ready for complete change. I think it's got to be.
I mean, I'm ready for change, but fucking hell.
I don't want any identity of Jurgen Klopp anymore because it'll be too sad.
No, I'd rather drive into oncoming traffic, to be honest with you.
You've done that before.
In a minute. I'll do it when I leave here, to be honest with you.
You'll go and I'll go. Why the fuck have I said that?
Yeah.
Do you know, it's not even been on my mind. I seen a video of him the other day and the interview was going to him. I can see how ready you are. I can see it in your eyes. Do you want a break? And he's like, no, I'm ready to go now. I want to go now. But I've got to wait for the right opportunity. So it won't be now. Nothing's going to be available right now. But I want to be starting a job in the summer.
Yeah.
And I was like, the fact that I think, don't get me wrong, it's Jose Mourinho. I think he will be on some sort of list somewhere if we don't get X or X. But it's one of them, innit? It'd be fucking be bizarre.
I'd rather that than I've seen Southgate linked, so I'd rather Mourinho than Southgate. Like, don't get me wrong.
Southgate. Who's Glenn Johnson?
Yeah.
He's got to be considered. Why?
Because he's the England manager.
He's fucking
the hype with the players is there, and obviously the hype with the managers is there.
The football he plays shite. He doesn't do the right. He doesn't play the right tactics to suit the players.
I mean,
he's good at developing kids. Don't get me
even
wrong.
England fans.
They want him gone.
Want him gone. You know.
Yeah, it's mad.
He took the lead in the Euros final after a minute, and then played suicide ball, as they said.
Like Everton. He's done what Everton would do.
And lost. It's like, no, that's absolutely not what you want.
To lose against a team like that.
Yeah, and his only club job is Middlesbrough, where he failed miserably. Like he fluked his way into the England job, in all honesty, because he was the under-21 manager. Sam Allardyce had just been found to be a corrupt fucking bastard, and they've gone, right, shit, fuck it, just gotta take over for a bit. And he won a couple of games, and he went, fuck it, might as well just keep you.
Don't get me wrong, he's done all right. He's done all right with England, but it's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? It's a different kettle of fish altogether. But
is he capable, genuinely? Like, let's actually pretend we're going to consider him for a second. Is he capable of managing on a daily basis?
No.
I don't think he is.
Is he capable of telling someone what to do without them saying, who the fuck are you talking to? Because
is he capable? But it's not. I don't even think he tell people what to do. You see his demeanour, and you know, he'd be like, "So, Virg, if you don't mind just doing this over here, yeah, and it's great, thanks." It's like, half
this dickhead. Like John Mayer fancy dress or something. You'd just be like, this is a wind up, innit?
John Mayer.
This is a fucking wind up. This car.
If he signs that, it's like,
we're not getting him. We're not getting Mourinho either.
If we can, you know what? If they're considering Southgate, then fucking resurrect Jeremy Beadle and give him a go. Fucking anyone else.
No, there was just something with that interview the other day. I felt like he had his fire back, and that he was eager, to just go into a job that he can run with. You know, at Roma, he's had to build a bit. With Chelsea, he had to build Chelsea, but he built them in a way that I fucking hated, because it was all through money, and he done what he had to do to win, which was fucking vile, because
it worked.
You've got to be able to
no, I think,
but it's going to be Alonso or
disarming him.
Can't say his name.
Yeah, I just think
absolutely nothing of that fella, and there's loads of people saying they want him. I've never heard of him.
No, I think it's just because he's young. He's gone into it's hard because, you know, I don't know how you judge it with something like the Portuguese league, where if Porto aren't winning the league and Benfica aren't winning the league, Sporting are winning it. If Sporting or Porto aren't winning, it's a 3-team league.
It's like Rangers.
You know, that's why what Alonso's doing is so impressive, because Bayern Munich have won the last 11 leagues. And
all I'm going to say is, if Alonso chooses Munich over us, and with the Real Madrid job going to be available probably next year, he goes down in
If he
expectations.
if he goes to Bayern, he will never be the Liverpool manager. It just won't happen.
If he goes to Bayern, I think it's just total disregard and disrespect for what he's just achieved anyway. To go and beat a team that your team's now better than, to then fucking leave because they've got more money and they're higher up on the map. I think it's shit. To be honest. But you know,
if he doesn't come to us, I'd prefer him to stay at Leverkusen.
If he wins the league there, that's what he should do, realistically. But if opportunities, I know Bayern Munich's a big, massive club, but I don't get.
Is it a challenge?
It's not a fucking challenge. You're going there, you're going to win. You're going to get given more money. You're going to probably go and take 3 or 4 players from Leverkusen.
It's like PSG, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, there's been the odd year.
Can't believe it's wrong, man.
I know, yeah. And you're actually open to the idea and everything. That we're growing. No, but it's like the PSG job, innit? Yeah, there's been the odd season in the past 15 where a different team's won it. You know, Monaco won one, I think, and Lille won one, and that's about it. And it's like, but other than that, it's like, you joke, put you in charge of us. You could go to PSG and win the league, or Bayern and win the league. And why would that appeal to an elite manager when you know you're just going to absolutely piss the league?
One manager that you think should be in contention, and again...
Oh, he's going to fucking say like Graham Potter or something here, isn't he?
No, fuck off. I think Emery. Emery should be in within a slight, an outside chance, because he's won in Europe.
I think he deserves I think he deserves to be in the running more than De Zerbi.
Yeah, I do.
But again, I just think, I don't know. Is he ready for that step up? He's done well. He obviously won a few Europa Leagues with Sevilla. He come to Arsenal.
Never got the time.
No, I was just going to say, they didn't give him the time to implement his plans and his ways properly. But then, you know, at the same time, you look at what he's done with Villa. He come in when they were in a bad place and he turned them around immediately. So was it a case of the players didn't want to play for him at Arsenal, or is it a case of it just genuinely took longer to implement his ideas? It's an interesting one, but
again with Arsenal, he had a building job on. He had to build a team. You know, Arteta's been given the chance, whereas he never. Did he have a season?
2, I think he got.
A season or 2, and then he's gone. And they weren't horrendous. It's just, I think he asked for a lot out of his team, and some players can't do it. But yeah, there's loads there. All I will say is, point blank right now, not one person excites me. Like, even talking about Mourinho doesn't excite me. I just think it'd be completely different from what we're used to at this moment. It's just a different...
It'd just be a reset of your brain, wouldn't it?
Completely rock the boat. I think that's what's grasping me with it, is it just rock the boat. I think I'd feel sick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm still not interested. Like, I'm not excited.
No.
I don't think I will be.
I'm not excited, but I think just I'm intrigued more than anything.
Yeah, I just want to see where we go. You know, we've brought Edwards back in. We brought the lad from Bournemouth. That's like looking at his scouting and who he's
I think they're bringing somebody else in from his Bournemouth team as well. So
they're building a good team. They're building
they're doing it the right way, aren't they? They're building up. Building from the bottom up and putting the team in place to properly support them. You know, Michael Edwards has got a bigger role.
Well, again, I don't think for 1 minute. I don't think Michael Edwards comes in without knowing who the manager is. I don't think he comes in and they go, oh, well, we could get him. I think it's nailed on. I think whoever we're getting, we've already got. I think that's part of the reason why Klopp decided to go, because
maybe
someone young's available. So I'm talking shit with Mourinho, ignore me. There's a crying dog there.
There is a crying dog. His name's Buddy, and he cries. Yeah, so look, let's wrap up there then. I think we've covered just about everything today.
Oh, no, I want to ask you a question.
Go on then.
No, just because of my Twitter. When I asked everyone who was your most liked, your favourite non-LFC Prem player.
Oh, yeah.
And people were saying
Zidane,
Ronaldinho, loads are saying that.
Noticed that.
Because obviously he played for Newcastle. But yeah.
Bolton won it. When he had the Kocher and Joe.
Ivan Campo.
Yeah.
So I said Henry or Drogba just for the...
And that's Buddy.
Just for the sheer... The presence of Drogba when he played against us used to knock me sick.
Yeah.
I used to know he was going to score.
Hated him at the time. Understand how good he was looking back.
Yeah, and then Henry was just complete magic. I got loads saying Bergkamp.
Bergkamp, he was one of man.
Off Twitter. Fucking hell.
Lauren Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to
He
love
was a
him when he played
belter.
for Newcastle.
Yeah.
Free kicks and that. Quality.
No, there was a few, and like I think the Arsenal team at that time, when like around the time of the Invincibles, and when you could name half of that team, they had loads of likeable players. Perez, Ljungberg, even like your Sylvain Viltord. Viltord.
Mad way people say that. Viltord. He had a proper cone at him.
Yeah, he did, but he was one of them players. He'd done the job for them, didn't he? And even the time when you had like Petit and Overmars and like obviously you had Vieira and.
So I've always liked Arsenal. I've always.
Until recently.
No, I don't even dislike them now. I hate them. Their antics when they. But again, when you haven't won for half a year, you sort of understand it. It's when it's against us, it winds me up. If they do it against Man City, I'll be fucking with them.
Yeah.
You'll just see me with a fucking smoke bomb. Yeah. But no, I just think. I used to. There was not an Arsenal player I didn't like. There was one Arsenal player that I really. Franny Jeffers. That's the only one. The only one that I probably ever proper disliked. All the others, even the pricks like Vieira and that. Ashley Cole, you just knew how good they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah.
So, who did you pick?
So, it was the ones from me thing. I said, I think Henry is probably the standout one. I think he always will be. But I think Bergkamp was a close second. He wasn't the most prolific player in the world, but it was just, watching him was just...
Mad watching his rise up, because he struggled for a year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Proper struggled with it. I think he thought he was going to fucking spew it. Another one, like Zola.
Zola was class. Loved him.
Zola was brilliant. Me and Jordan, because he was a blue, we used to play a game called Chelsea. That was our neutral team, where we used to commentate. And we'd go, like, fucking hell, Hasselbank,
yeah.
to Andre Flo, I was going to to Zola. And that's what we used to do, lad. And then he'd pull his Achilles and go home and play LMA manager for fucking 8 weeks.
Now, you know what? You mentioned Ginola. Somebody actually commented when I shared it and said Ginola's the one for me, and said if he never had that spell at Everton, he probably would have been up there.
Ah, he was quality, Ginola.
Yeah, he was. But then he went to Everton. I mean, he was terrible. I think he only played about twice. Oh, yeah, he went there. How didn't he? Fucking hell. You could tell. I mean, that's an absolute Gaza move, that though, let's be honest. That was a worse move. That was a worse move for him than going to see Real Mount.
He's fucked. I'd love to go to an evening with Gaza, because I think he's just.
Would he know where he is though? Would he turn up?
Probably.
You know what?
He's
nah.
bad again, isn't he?
I'd go. Yeah, he is. But I'd go for to see an evening for Gaza, just in the hope that he just sings "Fog on the Tarn" at some point.
Ah, no, boss was that in Milton, lad. No, do you know, I've loads of stories of him and that, but someone was saying one about him when he... Who was he playing for? Might have saying Newcastle. He was playing for Newcastle. Did he even play for Newcastle?
Yeah.
Did he?
Think so.
He must have. He was playing anyway, and the training, and it was like Melwood, all houses round, and fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, someone's at the ball over, and he's gone, I'll get it. He's jumped over. No sign of him. Disappeared. Fucking hell. They're like, where's he gone? Fucking, they all go home next day, kicking the ball about. He jumps over the fence about 10:10. I've got it.
He's a character, like, and he's boss, and you know what? It's sad to see him the way he is. To be honest, I don't know if you've seen it from a Rangers Legends game a few years ago, and he's in the box and the ball gets given to him, lad, and he can barely move. Like, he tries to, and he misses the ball, or he like clips it with his toe and it goes away from him, and he's like, got his head in his hands, and he roll the ball back to him, and he hits it in and that. But like, he looks like he's never played football in his life. It looked like it was like a Make-A-Wish thing, lad. Honestly, it looked awful, but you feel bad for him.
And there's our special girls, round mode. These are the thing. But I think, like, again, he's another one who was a young lad coming through the ranks, and the media just fucking spun him into believing all the hype and that. And that's what they do. They make all the young English lads think that they're fucking unstoppable. They get a few quid and they go on a fucking mad one. But
yeah.
You know, I think it happens for now. If I earn a couple of quid more on a job, I'm straight to pub, lad. So, you know, it's just the culture in this country, innit?
Yeah.
You do all right and you end up on a fucking bender, so...
That's it.
Well in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up there then, just because Buddy's
What a fucking mad
deciding
podcast
to
this is.
end.
We've gone on about...
This has been the maddest one we've ever done.
Fucking mad players.
Yeah, what a podcast.
And Gaza, but...
We're bosses. Yeah, look, Brighton Sunday. Let's hope we, go back top. And then I think
Who do you want to win?
Liverpool. No, I want a draw.
Do you?
Just because at this stage of the season, I just want whatever the result benefits us the most.
I think if I had to pick, I'd pick Arsenal to win.
I actually would myself.
Because I think Man City not winning, it'll frustrate them into potentially going too far to try and win the next one and maybe getting caught again.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal being top suits everyone because I don't think they've got the capability of staying there. And I've said it, that I didn't count them as title challengers. They are obviously probably quite possibly fucking favourites, but I just there's something in me saying if they're top and we're just behind them and City just behind them, their asses will go.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the same will happen to us if we keep staying top. I was quite happy to be able to.
You'd rather be second, like the second to last game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd rather be able within a fighting chance of just nicking it. Obviously, unless you're 10 points clear.
Yeah,
or something, but even then, I don't feel comfortable. I like being within a shout where you sort of you're relying on someone to fuck up and you just hope it's footy. It happens. So
Yeah.
See where we go.
But no, yeah, for me, as I say, this stage of the season, 10 games left, I think it is. I just want whatever benefits us the most, and I think the draw does. So, let's see where we are next week.
I'll take it all.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, mad fucking podcast. Yeah, not really much else to say about it, to be honest. This has been a mad one.
I'm dumbfounded by how long it's been.
Yeah, this has been crazy. So I think until next time, up the Reds.
Yeah.